guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we are going to be doing another mystery box unboxing. I have a box next to me here from Thredup. This one is actually one of the purse boxes, so I'm really excited to break into this and see what's inside. But really quick before we get into that, just in case you haven't seen these videos before, I wanted to let you know a little bit about what we're doing. So first of all, if you're new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoy this unboxing. I hope you find it useful. I know I've been watching a ton of these Thredup mystery box unboxings because I've been personally buying different ones and watching a lot of videos trying to figure out which one I want to try next. So this is actually my fifth box. Yeah, it's my fifth box. Yes, had to think about that. I have done one shoe box, which I did do a full video on. I'll link that above. And then I have done 3 of the DIY denim boxes. But this is my first time trying one of the purse boxes. I was honestly very hesitant to try this one because the videos I've seen are very mixed. Some people are getting really amazing things and other people are not so much. And I feel like that's how most of these Thredup boxes have been. So what Thredup does with these mystery boxes, they are an online consignment store, and from what it seems like, they're basically putting in these boxes either things that they received that they didn't accept and the person who sent them in didn't want them back, or they're putting in things that they have tried to sell on their store that didn't sell. So it's kind of a mixture. This box here, there are 10 purses in this box and it was $90. However, I did have some credits that I used to buy this, and I also used a coupon code. I did have $30 in referral credits plus a $10 coupon code. So I actually basically got $40 off this box. So it did cost me $50 out of my own pocket. However, I had a credit from selling stuff to them. So I still count that as like my money because I could have cashed that out, but I used it to buy this box. So I only paid a few dollars like out of pocket when I actually purchased this because I had some credit sitting in my account, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. But my hopes for this box, I'm hoping to get some bags that I can sell in my Poshmark closet. I have a very difficult time finding decent bags when I go sourcing. My local thrift store, they're usually either very, very beat up, or the ones that are actually decent brands that are in decent condition, they always have them behind the counter and they're marked up so high that it's just not even worth attempting to make a profit on. So I just don't hardly ever pick up bags. So I was really excited for this because I'm hoping to get some good stuff that I can sell, hoping to make my $50 back, the $50 that I invested in this box. I did get free shipping since it was over $75. So all right, well that is enough talking. Let's see what's inside because I cannot wait to see what's in this box. I'm gonna cut it open real quick. I'm really nervous. Okay, this is what it looks like inside. It's a very big box. I'm trying not to lift it because it's a little on the heavy side. And I'm not supposed to lift heavy things, but it does have the tissue on top. Oh, and then it has some of these little air bubble things. Okay, the first bag looks big. It's like a big tote bag. So this is what it looks like. I'm sorry if I'm not good at describing the bags because, like I said, I haven't picked up a lot of bags. I don't do a lot of reselling on bags yet. I'm hoping to get more in my closet, but it's new for me, so bear with me a little bit. But anyways, it's a big tote. It's kind of a grayish tan color. There's definitely some scuffs in several places that I can see. I don't know if you guys can see those on camera. There's one here and one here. Some on the other side as well. I might be able to get those out. It does not feel like real leather to me. Inside looks fairly clean. That's what it looks like. And it has like a fabric insert kind of thing. That looks clean as well. It looks really clean on the inside. And the brand is KC Jagger. And the brand is KC Jagger. I have not heard of that brand before. Oh, it does say it's 100% leather. So on the material tag, it says it's 100% leather, and then the lining is 100% polyester. That's cool. It doesn't feel like leather to me, but that's great. Okay, well, I'll have to look up this brand, but it is a really good size tote, and it's basic and simple. As long as I can get those scuffs out, I think I should be able to resell it. Oh no, okay. The next bag on top I see is from Nicole by Nicole Miller. This is a brand I see all the time at my thrift store. I have never really picked it up. I don't think it's a very, I I don't think it has a very good resale value. This one has a kind of like a teal color to it, and then it has the gold chains. The gold detail is really scuffed up, and that's something that you can't really fix. Let me see if I can show you a close-up. I don't know how well you can see it, but the gold is definitely like really damaged and scuffed. It looks like it's just been worn a lot. And there's the label. It's just Nicole by Nicole Miller. And it's just a little shoulder bag. My camera does not like refocusing. It's very clean. Like the inside of it's very clean. The outside is very clean. It just looks like, you know, the metal details are very, very worn. And again, you can't really fix that. So I don't think I will take the time to resell this. I might see if someone I know wants it though. Otherwise it will be redonated. It's definitely, I mean, it's still definitely a bag that someone would want to carry. It's not like it's so damaged or anything. It's just not a brand that really has a value. Okay, like a resale value is what I mean to say. Kind of peeking ahead here, sorry. Okay, this bag is from the brand Liz Claiborne. So this is a JCPenney store brand. There is the label right there. So essentially I invested about $5 per bag. But if there's bags that I can't resell, then that ups the cost per item for my ones that I am planning to resell, if that makes sense. So this one is in fairly good, it's in fairly good condition. Again, Liz Claiborne, just like the last brand, it's not a brand that I would pick up. It just doesn't have really any resale value. I'm just checking all the pockets and stuff. I don't see any damage or anything to the bag. It has a very soft feel to it. It does feel like it's good, nice quality, but oh, it is leather. Well, it is 100% leather, it says, so maybe I might try selling this. They are starting to kind of fray a little bit on the handles, so I don't know. I might try cleaning that up. I guess it just depends on if there's anything else in the box that can kind of make up for a couple losses, if that makes sense. Ooh, I think I got a bad box, you guys. I'm seeing some of what's next, and I'm trying not to peek, but oh, I think I got a bad box. Okay, this bag is from Juicy Couture. So obviously it's just like a little plaid arm bag, and it's got a lot of decorative hanging things here. So it's got lots of chains and faux pearls, and it has the Juicy Couture little logo on here, big old faux gem thing here. It's got the whole Irish kilt kind of look to it. And then, I mean, it's just a fabric. It's just made out of fabric. The inside is clean. Inside is clean, but I just don't think that this style would do very well, simply because it's really not a new style or anything like that. So it's just not a current style is what I should say. It's just not a current style. So I don't think that this is something I could resell, but I will definitely look it up and see if there are good comps on it. Maybe I'm wrong. Like I said, I really don't sell purses, so I don't know if someone would be interested in a bag like that, but we will see. This next bag, I can feel that it's in like a very poor quality constructed bag. It's got like a camo type fabric with a sequined top, so that's what it looks like. It's just a little arm bag, again, a little smaller bag here. The condition looks fine, but it's a Massimo supply, so again, a more affordable brand. I don't see myself being able to really make any, I mean, maybe I could make my $5 back on this one, so we will see, hopefully. Okay, how many have I done so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm excited to look up that first tote, because so far I think that's the only one that I could possibly make an actual profit on. Everything else I'd be lucky to make my $5 back so far. I got another Liz Claiborne, and this one has a lot of damage. There's some pen marks, some ink marks on the back here, so I don't think I'll be able to get those out. It's a nice size bag, a nice like almost shoulder bag. Yeah, that could be a shoulder bag. And it's got a really nice color. It's like a nice khaki kind of color. But again, it's just a brand that really doesn't have any sort of resale value. So yeah, not a lot to say. Okay. Oh, okay. Got two stuck together. Hold on. Okay, well this is London Fog bag. I don't know a lot about this brand. I did have a trench coat, raincoat from this brand. So I know that it is a higher quality brand, but I don't know about their handbags. I haven't seen them, but this does look pretty cute. And now it's obviously like a burgundy red kind of patent leather, but is it real patent leather is the question. It's very, very clean on the inside and outside. Simulated leather, so no, it is not authentic. It's not real leather. It does have the little key and lock thing, so that's kind of fancy. I mean, it's in good condition, and it is a cute bag, so even though it is not a real leather bag, hopefully someone might still be interested in it. And it has the longer strap as well as the little handheld straps here, so you have a couple different ways that you could wear that. And I don't see any scuffing or damage to the outside, and the inside is very clean as well. So hopefully I can make some sort of profit off that one. Okay, I just have to look at this next because I keep seeing it and I'm just like, oh my gosh. This looks like a free gift with purchase kind of bag. What are you? So this here is sort of like a hand tote bag. I don't know. It's got that pleather, the red plasticky pleather. Very, very cheap material, like a glittery red. I don't know if you can see the glitter on my camera. My camera's not really picking that up too much, but it is, it looks like Dorothy's shoes, like that red glitter kind of thing. And it's got just fabric black handles and just a basic red interior. That's what it looks like. It's clean. It doesn't look like anyone ever actually carried this bag, but it does look like one of those handbags that is like a free gift with purchase type item. So definitely not very good quality. Next, we have a crossover bag. So that's a nice size bag, and it's a black, feels like leather, but it's Mossimo, so it's probably not leather. Let me see. Yeah, it's not. It's not real leather. It's a Mossimo bag, so it's cute though. It's a cute style and a good size, and it's clean and not damaged, so I might be able to sell this one for at least a few dollars. Okay. That was all of the handbags, and now it looks like there's 2 wallets left. So next I have this like purple clutch type wallet thing. So it has a zipper on one side here that opens up like that. And then on the other side you have your little like clasp clutch, more of a classic clutch thing. And this is from the brand Hobo. I think that's a decent brand. I don't think it's, I mean, it's just a little tiny clutch, so I don't imagine that it has a lot of resale value, but I might be able to sell it. It looks like, no, there is some damage. There's some black marker right here. So I probably won't be able to resell that. Okay. And the last item is Kate Spade, so that is good, but it is just a little wallet. So, I mean, it is, let me see if I think it's authentic or not. I don't really know a lot about Kate Spade enough to authenticate it, but I might have to look this up. It honestly feels really cheap, so that's why I don't feel like it is a Kate Spade. I carry a Kate Spade wallet, and I haven't bought a lot from Kate Spade, but this just feels like really cheap, so I'm a little worried that it might not be authentic, so I'll have to try to look up this style and see if I can figure out if it is or not. It's definitely been worn, like there's some just like dirt stains, so I might be able to get those out right here. I don't think you'll see them on camera. It's just like, it just looks a little dirty, so I might try wiping that down. And there's a lot of scratches on the nameplate right here as well, and then like inside it's just a little bit dirty as well, so I'll just probably have to give it a good clean out. You might be able to see some of the dirt on the inside. I don't know how well you can see it, but there it is, just a little bit dirty on the inside here as well. So yeah, I will definitely look this up and try to see if I can authenticate it. I don't know. So I'm gonna do some more research on this one, but really quick, I did decide to look up this KC Jagger because I felt like this was maybe my redeeming factor in the box. It looks like the prices on this brand range a lot, but there's just not a lot of sales on Poshmark for this brand. So I just think it's a brand that a lot of people aren't searching for. But I'm guessing I could probably realistically get maybe $30 from this after Poshmark fees. That would be like aiming high, I think. So will I make my money back? I think I'm gonna have a hard time making my money back on this box, to be very honest with you guys, just because there's just quite a bit of brands here that don't have a lot of resale value, and the ones that I actually feel like I could resell have damage, so it's going to take a little bit of cleanup and everything. So with the effort that I'm gonna have to put into cleaning up these bags and then listing the bags and sharing them in my closet and everything, I think this was probably my worst purchase I've made from Thredup, which is kind of unfortunate, but that's just the way these boxes work. Like, I've seen girls get multiple really good high-end brands in their box, and mine was mostly like Target and JCPenney brands. So you really just don't know. I feel like it's just very random how they put these boxes together. So it's kind of a gamble. I feel like I lost on this one. But anyway, I would love to hear you guys' thoughts below. Let me know if you think any of these bags are worth my time to try to list. I think a couple of these are just automatically going to be redonated, like specifically this no-name brand bag right here that's not very good quality. I think I'll just have to redonate that. And then there was some with damage. This one with the pen on it, this Liz Claiborne, it's not a good enough brand to really try to make the effort to get that off. And then this Nicole by Nicole Miller with the damage that is on the hardware here. I know I can't get that I can't fix that in any way. And again, it's just not a brand that's worth taking the time to try to fix that anyway. So I'm gonna have to research this Kate Spade to make sure it's authentic before I take the time to try to clean it up. But other than that, I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed in the box. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts. If you guys have had better experience with your box, I would love to hear what kind of brands you're getting in your unboxings. Let me know. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was useful. I feel a little disappointed, but hopefully you guys enjoyed watching anyway. But yeah, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.